All right, let's put it this way. There's no style points in the NFL. A win is a win is a win. This one counts. 20-9. It's a massive win for the 49ers. Pretty? No. Counts? Yes. Now they have a 2.5 technical advantage over the Panthers in the playoff race. This is 49ers Postgame Live, brought to you by Toyota. Matt Mayoko, the great Tom Rathman, Rod Brooks, and Carlos Ramirez. Again, not eye candy, Matt, but it counts. They win 2 games over the Panthers, plus the half game would be the matchup over the advantage, the tiebreaker. So what did you see?
Well, Brock Purdy really struggled in the first half. 3 interceptions. However, the bright side for the 49ers was that Bryce Young decided that his favorite receiver on this day was Jair Brown.
Yep.
And so that's how the 49ers win this game, is that the 49ers gave it to the Panthers. The Panthers couldn't make hay because of the 49ers defense really stepped up big time.
That was a big story, Tom. You both talked about it on pre. The defense needs to step it up because the offense is good, but maybe sometimes they just can't.
Well, they did step it up today, and the thing that really disappointed me was the turnovers. You know, it was a real sloppy game. They had 5 interceptions with both teams and 2 fumbles, 1 by each team. But it's so hard to win NFL football games that if you can get them, take them. Take them when you can get them.
Everything you guys are saying is absolutely correct. But let's keep it a buck. When people talk about the Niners having an advantage this year because of a softer schedule, this game is what we're talking about.
Right.
Because if they play a better team than the Carolina Panthers, they lose this game. Or at least the Panthers get more than 3 points off of the 3 first-half picks by Brock Purdy. All credit to the defense. They did an excellent job. And with Kittle and Jennings and McCaffrey settling things down, helping Brock Purdy settle things down in the second half, that's huge. But if it's a better team than the Carolina Panthers, Niners lose this game.
Let's talk about the turnovers, and specifically Brock Purdy. You brought it up, Matt. This is the overreactions of the show, brought to you by Toyota. Rod, I'll go to you first. Is there a problem with Brock Purdy? Because look at this. Most interceptions in the NFL since Christmas of 2 years ago. It's a big sample size. It's Geno Smith, it's Tua, and here's Brock Purdy.
Well, I mean, you don't want to be on that list with those dudes, all right? And the numbers don't lie. What I found concerning about it is I understand wanting to do that, but you never go broke taking a profit. Like, you got green grass in front of you. You got to take advantage of that. Like Kyle Shanahan said at the break that, and he's right, that those passes sailed on Brock Purdy. This is just a great play. I mean, Horner's just playing basically free safety there. But the first 2, they were passes where they were behind the
That's exactly
receiver.
Right.
And that's true. But to me, the bigger issue was the decision making. You got Kittle in front of you. You got green grass in front of you. You got McCaffrey at one point, if I'm remembering correctly, out to your left. Man, you got to take that. But that's Brock Purdy. That's who he is. Just tonight, the accuracy was not there. The zip on the ball was not there. And fortunately, it didn't hurt the Niners.
But to your point, I mean, Tom, the things we saw from Purdy back in 2023 was he wasn't that guy. He was careful with the football, read the progressions. He wasn't doing this, and now he is.
I mean, Rod and I were talking about it during the game. It didn't look like he was able to push off his back foot, and that affects his accuracy. So I don't know if he's 100% right now, but obviously he let the ball hang.
Do you expect people to bring up the, hey, Mac Jones didn't do that conversation again, Matt?
I don't care what people say, because, no, I mean, there's no question. I mean, I'm sure people will. But, I mean, it doesn't matter what people think, because Brock Purdy's their guy. And this gives Kyle Shanahan an opportunity to sit down with Brock Purdy and go over the film and figure out what were the good reads that were just bad throws and what were the bad reads that were also bad throws. So, I mean, there's plenty to clean up. And I think this is the best case scenario in a lot of ways for the 49ers. I mean, you want your quarterback to get on a roll. You want him to gain confidence. But I feel like the 49ers have been in this one game down, one game up mode since they won the first 3 games. Last week was an up week. This week was a down week, and they still won it. So they're, in essence, I mean, they got very fortunate that they played a not great game at all and still come out of it with an 8-4 record.
All right, let's go out to Levi Stadium with our ladies, Laura Britt and Jennifer Lee Chan, reacting after the game. Ladies?
Thanks, Carlos. Coming into tonight's game, one would think that the 49ers offense would be the big storyline tonight. Early in the first quarter, it did appear that way, that touchdown pass that Brock Purdy had to Juwan Jennings. But then things stalled with the 3 interceptions from Brock Purdy. Something seemed a little bit off with him, but the story of the night turned out to be the defense, and that's with a defense that's missing Nick Bosa, that's missing Fred Warner, that's missing Tatum Bethune, and the list goes on. But Jair Brown with 2 interceptions tonight, picking off Bryce Young, both in the first quarter and the fourth quarter. A very impressive night for Jair Brown.
I mean, that really is the story, right? We both talked about how the offense really needed to carry it. George Kittle has been saying that for weeks, and it really was this young defense. Malik Mustafa flying around, Jair Brown flying around, and they really made a difference in this game.
Yeah, that big tackle from Malik Mustafa to prevent the Panthers from scoring a touchdown. He forced the field goal. That was a huge play in this game. And then, of course, there's Christian McCaffrey as well. He ends up getting in the end zone, facing his former team for the first time.
Man, it was the Christian McCaffrey show, running the ball, catching balls, making touchdowns, making plays. It was a little bit of a struggle here and there with the offensive line and trying to get through, but really it was a huge day for Christian McCaffrey.
I think some of the questions moving forward as they get ready to face the Browns on a short week, of course they're going to face them on Sunday. Is Brock Purdy fully healthy? That was the question that popped in my mind. I'm sure many of you watching at home were thinking the same thing. A lot of questionable decisions tonight from Brock Purdy. We're not typically used to seeing some of those types of decisions from Purdy.
But it's also, Kyle Shanahan doesn't want to limit him. He wants to make sure he's able and comfortable to sling it around. It just didn't go in his favor tonight. There are a few that were behind Juwan Jennings, a little bit high for George Kittle. They ended up being picks, but Kyle Shanahan doesn't want him to lose that ability to really see the play and go for it. Last week it worked out. It was Christian McCaffrey running to the left side for a touchdown.
A win for the 49ers as they get ready to head into Week 13 on this short week for them. But the big takeaway from tonight, guys, was there anyone more excited than Robert Saleh?
I don't think so.